Welcome to 506 Garage. So today I'm working on the G8. Nothing too crazy. I picked up some LED headlights for the low beams, as well as some fog lights. So fog lights are the housing and everything, LED, just to give it a more modern look. And so this is what the current front end looks like with the halogens. So it is a clean looking car with the blacked out housings, OEM. Hopefully it'll match. These are getting a little changed color, a little faded, so I could buff them, bring them back, but I think that LED with the black housing headlight would be a nice upgrade. Well, as I do this, I'm also going to put a pool noodle in the front bumper to bring the bumper up because it's sagging a little bit. You take the headlights out to change the bulbs. The back here anyways, kind of a pain to get at. Take these bolts, there's 2 bolts out, those 2 clips, and then there's some in the inner fender. Luckily I have a hoist, so I'll get up inside the inner fender, take those apart, and unbolt, pull the bumper off, which will allow me to pull the headlights out, but also pull the fog lights out, and swap those easily. So if you cut your wheel, you can see there's a clip here. There's one up here. Pull that back, and you can see right in there, there's a 10 mil bolt, which once you unbolt that, this will pull away. Then you put it up, and then there's a couple bolts underneath. And then once you're underneath, you can see the bolts in the front. They run along that unbolt the bottom of the bumper. Or also, I believe they're 10 mil. I might be wrong. No, they're smaller than a 10 mil. Maybe an 8. So also there are 7 mil machine screws on the bottom that go up into the plastic. As you can see, not much to it. They almost look like a little self-tapper, but there's 4 of them that run along the bottom. So you got to take those out, and they're just threaded up into the plastic. Then once you do those steps, basically just start one side, pop bumper down. There's a couple little clips in here in the headlight. Give those a little pull, and just work your way. Bring it over that, and pull the bumper off. And the only thing you got to think about is once you get the bumper pulled off a bit, your fog lights are still connected, so you got to unclip those, pull them out, and then you can pull the whole bumper off. As you can see, the bumper's now off. This is a wiring harness for the lights. Just clips in along the bottom of the bumper. So the next step, I'm just gonna unbolt these 2 bolts here, pull the headlight housing out a bit, and I'll disconnect and change this light bulb at the same time for the projector. And same thing, repeat on this side. And then I'll walk you through installing the... So 2 top bolts are out, both 10 mil. Then you have to pull this little tray apart, which is 2 10 mil as well, which will allow you to get to the bottom bolts of the headlight housing on both sides. See that one in there and that one there. Yeah, so then just pull those 2 out, pull the headlight out. So now you can see I got the headlight pulled out. So this cap here is for the projector. Just give that a twist, pull, and your bulb's right there. So it would kind of be a pain. Yep, you could take this out, this piece, get in through the inner fender and take it out. But where I was installing the fog lights and I'm gonna do the pool noodle trick on the front bumper at the same time, I had to pull the front bumper, so I figured pull the headlight housing out and put them back in was the simplest method, instead of getting my hands in and around. And on the other side, there's you got your you got some fuse boxes and stuff in the way too, so unless you get really tiny hands, I think the best way is to pull the housing out. So to get the fog lights out, the housings, bugs all over them, basically what you do is there's a couple little tabs on here. Don't know if you can see them, but anyways, you squeeze those. What I did, I took this and just kind of push down in the center, and then do those one at a time, and the housing will come out. And just repeat that on the other side. Okay, so note that this bezel piece here is quite a bit wider than the cone shape that the original housings are. The bolting pattern's the same, so you don't have to worry about that. But on the housing, there was two pieces that kind of come out, which would actually make it so the new fog light wouldn't be able to sit down properly. So I just took my little Milwaukee right angle die grinder and just hollowed it out a little bit, and now they set down in flush. So I'll get them bolted up and plug them in, put the bumper back on, take a look. So I got it all suited up here with the old existing hardware. And then I guess the next thing is just check to see if you've trimmed enough off to get it to slide in and pop into the holes. If not, you're gonna have a fog light that's going to fall out. Well, just a little update of what G8 looks like now with the LEDs in it and the new fog lights, and also the fitment. I know there's bugs all over the car, but with a pool noodle in the front bumper.